The Hawks leading by 7. And that just shines out so brightly for him. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on.
I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Derrick Rose. Hardaway's checked in for it. Here's Brooks. Good. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a win against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that let down on for the Lions' share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Horford's got his second basket of the game.
Everything going according to the script.
Yeah, I gotta work my way up.
Shots be
being a starter,
that's
so I can get a whole bunch of points.
With a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Mirotic. The Bulls keep it alive. Here's Gibson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Right here, over these last 10 games on the Bulls schedule, Kevin, this is how they stack up. First in blocks, second in rebounding, and they're number 2 shooting from the stripe. I'd say they've taken advantage of the charity at the free throw line.
And going back to that top ranking in terms of block shots, dominance. Defensively, they have such great presence around the rim, and at times that gets in your head.
That's good from Gibson.
And guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
And the Hawks making a change here. Splitter's checked in. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Bulls trail by 11. Gibson the screen. The drive by Brooks. And Splitter pulls it down. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see out of him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season. Very low for a guy of his caliber.
Gibson the screen. The drive by Brooks. Charity stripe shot. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Obviously a mix-up defensively on that possession.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. There's the pick, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you've got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Gasol a screen. Brooks the pass to Snell. That drop quarter. Hawks on top, up 8. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And emerging as a superstar, tremendous growth from Freak. We caught up with ace defender Jimmy Butler about the challenge.
My team we're all guarding them as a whole. We're all guarding everybody as a whole. It's 5-man offense, 5-man defense. I feel like he's an incredible player, but I feel like that doesn't intimidate me at all. This is what you dream of growing up. You want to play against the best. You want to guard the best, to tell you the truth. That's what I wanted. That's what I asked for. I feel like now it's here.
But naturally, for a player like Jimmy Butler, who loves defense, Chicago making some changes. Mirotić is checked in for Gasol. Tony Snell comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. And the Hawks will go on the court for Atlanta. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Scott. Then it's Splitter. And he can't hit the second. Nikola Mirotić, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He finished with 8 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Scott, good. Scott's got 4
rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Schroeder kicks to Freak. Off target from outside. Bulls trail by 17. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Gibson. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Gibson's got 6 points.
And, you know, for Mirotić, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Well, Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Brooks dishes to Mirotić from the wing, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists tonight.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hawks lead by 13. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Okay, guys, solid play so far.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been one outstanding. Snell's checked in for Butler, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. And for a different look here, Splitter's checked in for Horford. Hardaway comes in for Cephalosha. Freaks checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Tony Snell is out there with Brooks. And it's Mirotić in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Gibson against Millsap. Brooks outside. Snell from outside. Good. Snell's got 6.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg. And I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. For three, Millsap. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. 5 points in the game.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there. Going at it the way they did, it all worked out for them.
Here's Gibson. Atlanta with the rebound. Splitter's got his third rebound tonight. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. G8, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And he really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Butler, he's checked in for Tony Snell.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
And Mirotic kicks to Gibson. Takes it from 10. Rebound, Atlanta.
Even though he isn't having the best of, expect him to miss that shot.
Brooks up on top. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Aaron Brooks at the line for the Bulls.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Brooks. Schroeder with the ball. Off the mark.
We're winning.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. Chicago making some changes.
Wow.
Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Jimmy
the
Butler.
heck?
On the court for Atlanta. Freak in at shooting guard. Mike Scott out there with Splitter. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Pass to Scott. Feeds to Freak.
All right, watch this.
There's 25 seconds left in the game.
French toast.
And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Mirotic.
C-minus.
And the Bulls lead by 12.
And that's just
Probably
more for
sitting
these
out.
fans to